Всем привет, с вами Ник Бон и канал Ник Бон. Это Лиси, а мы Мишка Тедди. И, короче, мы в игре Draugen. Поехали. Чё? Это чё? Это колодец, и чё? О, бегать научился. Так, погодь. Это... Так, ладно, давай сюда зайдем. Ни черта не вижу. Так, ладно, давай-ка сюда, пока сюда зайдем. Непонятно. Это я к дому вернулся, да? Что ты там ведь рисовать собираешься? Горы? Ну давай порисуем. А, нет, не горы, море, дома. Ты писатель, что ли? Или художник? Все хорошо. Что ты нарисовал? Три домушки. Так, это карта же есть у нас? Так, Так, это вот тут я вот. А, нет, мышь. Так, я примерно понимаю, где я нахожусь. Тогда надо спускаться вниз. Идти к воротам. А мы, по-моему, здесь сюда заходили же, да? Ночью. Или я сейчас, наоборот, домой бегу? Опа, церквушка. Ну, что-то... Так,
July 24th. Memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
Странно.
All these graves. What happened?
It's a cemetery.
But look at the soil. These are recent burials.
You're right.
Do you think this is where everyone's gone? Are they all dead?
Возможно.
How many graves are there?
Not enough, I guess. How many people lived here?
I'm not sure. Also, someone must have buried them.
There's that.
Something did happen. Several people died in a short period of time.
How? An accident? A mass murder? Spanish flu?
I wouldn't want to speculate until I've learned more.
I can speculate for the both of us.
Well, Betty's not here. I'm gonna keep looking.
What about the church?
Давайте традиционно порисуем. 3 секунды. Раз, два, три. Ну ладно. До первой смены. Козел. Или коза. За которым, точнее, я ночью бегал. Все, хорош. Что там нарисовал? Циркушку? Кладбище. Любитель кладбища.
Why would they board up a church?
To keep the ghosts from escaping?
Blissey.
Or the goats from getting in? What does that say?
God is not here.
Куда ж он подевался? И типа вся деревня поголовно в один момент стала атеистами. Пусто.
Well, so much for that. No wedding, no baptism, no funeral.
There must be people somewhere. Where are you going?
For a constitutional. To breathe some of this salty sea air. You go on ahead. I'll find you.
Так, сохранение. Хорошо. И сикануть нельзя, главное. Кресты. Надеюсь, не для нас двоих. Так, а куда сейчас идти? Это что? Это просто так. Так, 3 домушки. Сарай. Там порт должен быть. И какой милый, а. Ты иди нахер. Хотя, может, это что-то даст ему. Может, это какое-то время на раздумье дается, что ли? Ой, горы какие красивые. Я такие горы только 1 раз в 6 не видел. Либо он не дорисовал, либо у меня графика такая очень хорошая. Скорее всего, очень хорошая графика. Так, магазин.
How about we don't go back to Hanover and stay here instead?
And how would I survive?
Hunt? Harvest? Forage? People have survived here for centuries. Why can't we?
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I could learn. I'd start with goats. Goats can be eaten and milked. Probably not in that order.
Можно есть и потом доить. магазин закрыт.
Applesauce.
Why lock any doors? I can't imagine they have a problem with punks and hoodlums.
The sign says they're closed, but I thought maybe... Hello? Are you open? Is anyone there?
Can't you just bust down the door? Locks be damned.
Breaking and entering, I will not. I'll just dislocate my shoulder.
В книге я никого не видел. Бинго! Хи-хи. Счастливо. Так, лестницу вижу. На всякий пожарный.
Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph. Frederick and Simon Fretland.
Frederick Fretland and son.
Johann's brother and nephew.
The Fretlands have their fingers in all the pies, including the only store in town.
Also the post office and telegraph. There may be something that'll lead us to Betty in there.
Or at least to some canned sardines. We need to get you fed, old bean.
Так, а тут закрыто. Опа! Вижу. Открывай. А чё не открывается-то?
Betty would have taken plenty of constitutionals here. She loves the outdoors.
How so? She's a city girl.
I'm sure she gets tired of Manhattan. And when she was little, she loved playing in the garden back in Hanover.
Погодь, не понял. Ну вот же окно открытое. Или типа ты до такой степени законопослушен, что отказываешься туда лезть? Так, там окон нет вообще. Да и нафиг они там нужны. Телефон, ну, телефон...
The telegraph is out of order.
Well, there goes my plan. NOSOS.
This was 2 years ago, but the notice is still up.
How can it take 2 years to get something like that fixed?
If they couldn't afford it? Or couldn't get anyone to come fix it?
Well, this place really is off the map. Here be dragons. Or Draugens, I guess.
Драуганы, говоришь?
The
Игра
ferry
так
route
называется.
is no longer operating.
Rats!
Mrs. Fretland already informed me in her letter.
I know. Still warrants a resounding rats.
I wonder why it stopped running.
Look around. How many people live here? 20? 30? That can't be enough for a ferry route.
Things got quieter after the mine closed down.
They need to move on and find something else to put their village on the map. Tobacco farming, maybe.
Так, путешествие. Его руки все еще болят от усилий на по пересечению фьорда. Это испытание он не скоро забудет. Давай.
The ferry would have made the trip here much easier.
And you wouldn't have had to pay that farmer a fortune to rent his boat.
I had no choice.
We should keep his boat. If it comes back. Bring it with us to Hanover.
Do what with it exactly?
I don't know. Grow parsley in it? Use it in the pond? Forget it. Stupid idea.
Деревня. Он испытывает жалость к деревне, совершенно отрезанной от внешнего мира. Но он видит параллели с самим собой, с отрезанным от человечеством.
It must have been so isolated, with no easy way in or out.
Aren't there boats?
You saw how much work it was to cross the fjord. And if the weather is bad...
It can't be healthy, being so isolated. Cooped up inside, reading the collected works.
Yeah, all right. I get it.
This village is basically you, Teddy.
I said all right.
Я так и не понимаю, почему он на нас стебется постоянно. Тебя не пускает куст? Лопата. Бери лопату. Ну серьезно, можешь же залезть. Ссылку на послушный гражданин, блин. Так, это мы... Ой, блин, я же вернулся обратно. Так, значит, надо вон туда добраться. Сено.
What if everyone turned into a pebble? And they can't speak, but they see and feel everything that happens to them.
There's something very wrong with your head.
Wouldn't that just be awful? Why, I'd be a murderer. What's this?
Remnants of the mining operation.
What, mine?
Remember, I told you yesterday. There was a mine here, but it closed down 20 years ago.
I know, Edward. I was just checking for a sense of humor. Still nowhere to be found.
Till Minna On. It's a memorial. 3 men died when the mine collapsed in 1902. Georg Hatlestad, Niels Framberg, Arne Fretland.
Нифига
See,
себе,
this
еще
is what working a
нет.
regular job. Did you say Fretland?
The younger brother who was mentioned in the article.
Такую трагедию в столь маленьком сообществе, и он это понимает. Остро переживали бы все и каждый.
The newspaper said the accident forced the mine to shut down.
What does any of this have to do with us?
I still don't know why Elizabeth came here.
And you think it has something to do with this mine?
Or with what it did to the village. Maybe.
Ничего себе, как расцвел.
He was just 19.
How long had he been working in the mine? That's too young for a dirty job like digging into rock.
We're in the real world, Lissy. Most teenagers don't have the luxury to idle away their days with games and witty
Where do these tracks lead?
To the mine. Where else would they go?
I don't know. A castle up in the mountains where the frost giants live? And this is how they receive their monthly offering of meat from the villagers. Goat, I hope.
Пойдем. Поделимся великантами. Так, ты чё? Ну что? Блин, не говорю, что ты повисла.
No trespassing for traitors.
Cool. Want to jump the gate and explore what's on the other side?
Опасность.
What do you
Эдвард
think,
смотрит
sport?
на покосившийся в рот и заросшую тропинку, ведущую в лес. Выглядит не слишком соблазнительно. Эдвард не
Teddy?
слишком вдохновляет идея лезть
Hello?
на ограду, а потом тащить себя вверх по склону холма. Да ты че такой трус? Давай опасность.
It's not safe.
Oh, horse feathers! You may be the most boring man in this country. Where's your sense of adventure, old sport? Don't you want to see where these tracks go?
They lead to the old mine. And no. I've had enough adventure on this side of the fence. Besides, they wrote no trespassing for a reason.
You're such a terrible bore, Teddy Bear.
А мне вот
I'll
интересно.
wager 1,000
Давай
clams you'll
перелазь.
jump this gate at some point, if you believe Betty's on the other side.
Frederick Fretland. Who are these traitors he refers to?
Перелазь давай. Хорош. Так, мы там были? Да, мы там были. Ладно, пойдем топнем к дому. О. А, нет, показалось. Нет, показалось.
What now? We've looked everywhere.
There really doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Maybe we missed something. An important clue. How about the general store? We haven't been inside yet.
It looked deserted, but worth another look, I guess.
Давай прорисуем. Отсчитываю 10 секунд. Раз, два, три, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11. А ты Алиску тоже рисуешь? Или она типа как просто наблюдать? Все хорошо. Что ты нарисовал? Я все же надеюсь, что это нужно рисовать, а не просто так для коллекции. Так. И все-таки давай попробуем войти. В окно. Что такое? Ну вот же окно открыто. Ну что ты такой-то?
Is that? Lizzie, come here. It's Betty's hat. She was here. She could still be in there. Betty? Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat? I'm not
I know
sure.
my sister's hat, Lizzie. I have to get inside.
What about the breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
Какой-то он это безбашенный, мне кажется. А, вот. Тихо, надо. Хорош, 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 понял я.
Here's an open window.
You seem eager to break the law. I approve.
It won't budge.
Ah, don't be a milquetoast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
Это ты меня так подбодрила, да? Где-то я видел здесь лопату. Нет? Что? Нет, показалось. Че, еще раз потянуть надо? А, тянуть сильнее.
I can't believe I'm actually breaking... Whoops, Daisy.
Это не я.
Oh my, Teddy. You're such a sap.
Вставай! Хорош валяться. Лезай.
Edward Charles Harding,
Dilettante. World traveler. Cat burglar.
A cat burglar would, by definition, enter a building on a higher
Jeez.
floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty. I
Edward,
hope you weren't here when...
is this... blood?
Not necessarily
Парень
human
над
blood.
мордой.
Well, that's all right then. What does it
Murder
say?
это...
Barn
серийное
murder?
убийство.
Someone murdered a barn?
Barn means child. And mortar, that's...
Child murder.
Где-то убийца.
Edward, they murdered a child?
Someone thought so.
Probably the same someone who vandalized the store.
Я уже знаю, как я назову эту серию. Тайна магазина. Или нет? Не-не-не.
Damnation. The hat's in
Сарай убийца.
Calm down, old boy. Anyway, how's a hat going to help us?
Who knows what else is in here? There could be more clues.
All right, okay. Everything's Jake. We made it into the store. I'm sure we'll find a way through that door.
Бум, мне тут прилетело по шее.
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore.
S-O-S.
Неотправленная почта. Он замечает кучу конвертов, не менее десятка. На всех написаны адреса и есть штампы, но
Oh
они
boy.
затерялись здесь, словно
If only
души
this thing
чистилища.
worked. We could order a...
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik.
Все возможно. Киль Саймон. Фрарат. Трубка.
What are you doing?
Looking for keys.
Your life of crime continues.
Так, ключи. Крючки для ключей.
The keys are all gone.
Some thieving thieves beat you to it. Rascals.
Записка.
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes? What does it say?
It's from Simon.
Jet peut-être.
Yai put it
Ah, yeah.
means I put. Knuckle is key.
Касса.
Casa. I don't know what that word means.
He put the key in the casa?
Casa. I wish I had my dictionary. The note's addressed to his father.
So the key was moved. But where to?
Somewhere safer. Or more convenient.
Can we really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
I spent the summer reading, and I had a lot of free time on the ocean voyage.
Come on, how much could you possibly pick up in a few months?
You know my mind, it's a sponge.
Так. Превьюшка. В самом конце где видео. Так, что, нет что ли? Или да? Мы не закончили? Так, милая, давай подсказку. А, тьфу, вот он. Хи-хи. Чё? Что-то открыл... А, касса.
Casa.
So that's what it means. Cash register. You're a genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't worry. If you get busted, I'll come visit you in the big house. The Vandals weren't here for the money.
I think money was the last thing on their minds.
Wasn't there supposed to be a key?
Here it is.
Подбирай.
It is her hat.
Teddy, I'm not sure
Betty
that's...
was here. And not long ago.
Okay, but if that is her hat, what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward. So, what now? If this is a breadcrumb, where's the next one?
There must be a reason her hat's in this room.
Так,
What's
прочитай.
that?
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be... Johann, you... Nectar. Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead. It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth. He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth. Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johann, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse. Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... what's that word? Playing. Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there. Frederick never finished it. And Johann never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johann thought...
The mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above us? Edward, come look at this.
Что?
That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you 1,000,000 clams.
Where?
See for yourself.
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
Есть?
No, Lissy, wait.
Вот это идти. Ты куда убежал? Ох, Алиска это, а? Так, сохранение.
This way. I found it, Teddy. The cliff. I'm standing right below it.
What are you doing? This doesn't concern us.
Как ты туда
Girl
забралась?
died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart? Get yourself up here, Edward Harden, right this minute. Come on, it's an easy climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big boy. Start acting like it. It's not Mount Everest.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Тихо, тихо, тихо там, не свались.
What is this?
Where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl got
Edward!
herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart. Please look at me when I'm talking to you.
Смотрю.
As I was saying, you've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours, with only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl. Together.
Да, Майк. Только ты не упади. Так, повреждение. Он замечает, что ветки погнуты и сломаны, как будто на них сверху что-то упало.
Something struck this bush. She must have landed on it when... on her way down.
That's ghastly, Edward. Where are you going?
Наверх.
Teddy, where are you going?
А куда идти-то? А,
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful. I think there's something behind it. Can you move the rock aside?
ты чё, трубочка? А, кукла. Без головы. Куколка без головы.
It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Or maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on. This pin. This is old. Very old. Looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong on a child's doll.
Какая
Who
была?
cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin? Let's go further out.
Это что ли?
Maybe we'll find more clues. Come on, old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my breath? Huh. Did you follow the same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world.
1 second.
Oh, teddy bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean? Can you see where she fell? Seeing as you're so concerned about me falling out of trees, I wouldn't want to risk falling off a cliff.
Так, расстояние. Когда он смотрит вниз, ему становится нехорошо. Высота пугает его.
Certainly high enough to kill a child.
If I had to go, this would be the way to do it. Soaring through the air like a bird.
And landing like a rock.
Обнаженная порода. Падение на эти камни отмечает... Падение на эти камни, отмечает он. Было бы смертельным почти в любом случае.
If she fell headfirst on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not. I don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight, and Betty's still...
Вот ломанулась,
You're
да?
still out there.
Так, давайте мне сохраняшку.
Lissy! Slow down. I can't keep up with you.
И закончим на
Who
сегодня.
knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something. Lissy? Are you there?
Teddy,
My word. Look away, Lissy.
is this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
Мы узнаем об этом в следующей серии, потому что сейчас было сохранение. Фух, интересно. Ужасов пока нет, но есть загадки, мистика. Одну загадку мы уже сегодня решили. Даже 2 загадки мы уже сегодня решили. Даже 3. Да хрена ли он, короче, загадок решили. Уже интересно есть. Было бы интересно, когда... Блин, так. Будет интересно, когда появятся страшные моменты, но я не уверен в этом. Но в любом случае, ссылка на плейлист будет под видео. Подписывайтесь на мой канал, ставьте лайк, оставляйте свои комментарии, нажимайте на колокольчик. И всем до следующей серии. Всем пока.